If you're looking for the best water filter pitcher, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on the features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Brita Standard Everyday Water Filter Pitcher. Not only did the Brita Everyday 10-cup pitcher with standard filter earn top marks in our taste test with tester feedback such as most clean, tasted pure, and most neutral, but it requires very little heavy lifting. You do nothing more complicated than removing the top and filling up the reservoir with water. While it lacks some of the nice touches that are common features on more expensive pitchers, such as a filter replacement notification or a covered water spout, it's big enough that it doesn't require constant refilling, but slim enough that the BPA-free pitcher should easily fit on most refrigerator shelves. As for our testing results, we found that the Brita Everyday pitcher removed almost all traces of chlorine, slightly reduced the amount of total dissolved solids, TDS inherent in the test water, and had little to no effect on the pH. Even better, it only took about 4 to 5 minutes to filter 3.5 cups of water. Typical filtration times for all of the pitchers we tested range from 5 to 10 minutes. For no frills, basic pitcher that is easy to use and effective at removing common water contaminants, the Brita Everyday 10-cup pitcher is an easy choice to make. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Per Classic 11-cup pitcher. The Per Classic 11-cup pitcher with lead reduction filter is hot on the heels of Brita, its main competitor. During taste testing, this pitcher's water was described as being clean and refreshing and having no aftertaste. The most basic of the Per pitchers, this model has a flip-top cover for the reservoir and a blinking LED filter replacement notification light. The top comes off easily, which can be both a blessing and a curse. A blessing because of easy access to the reservoir, and a curse because if you try to use the pitcher while there's water in the reservoir, it feels as though water can spill out from the top. The pitcher is larger than the Brita pitchers, and it feels very light when all the water has filtered down. But it can feel a bit awkward and top-heavy if you try to move it when the reservoir is filled. Because of its larger capacity, it has a slightly wider profile than that of the Brita pitchers, so you'll need a bit more shelf space in your fridge. We also found that filtration seems to have stalled at a couple points, but Per has included helpful tips in the package that will help you get the filter up and running again. The number 3 position is held by PURPP Tone 111W Ultimate Filtration Water Filter Pitcher. The Per Ultimate 11-cup pitcher with lead reduction filter got mostly good marks during our taste test. Testers commented that the water was the freshest and tasted like bottled water. However, a couple of tasters noticed a minor bitter aftertaste. The Ultimate pitcher is basically the upgraded version of the Per Classic 11-cup pitcher, but it has a few extra perks. As for our quantitative testing, the Ultimate pitcher with lead reduction filter performs similarly to the other Per and Brita filters. We observed the total removal of chlorine, a minor reduction in TDS, and little to no change to the neutral water pH of 7. While not as drastic as that of the Brita long glass filter, we did notice an increase in filtration times from about 10 minutes for 3.5 cups of water prior to casual use of the pitchers to about 12 to 13 minutes afterwards. While filtration times may be longer, the trade-off is that you're getting peace of mind that the filter is successfully removing or minimizing many contaminants. The Per Ultimate 11-cup pitcher with lead reduction filter is one of the great dynamic duos of water filtration. Next at number 4, Pedros 64-ounce pitcher. If you don't have concerns about your water quality and just want clean-tasting water, then you'll appreciate the Hydro 64-ounce pitcher, because it's not attempting to filter out more dangerous contaminants such as heavy metals. The small Hydros filter both cost less than most water pitcher filters, and it takes up less space in the pitcher. In line with their sustainability goals, the Hydros pitcher filter consists of coconut shell carbon encased in a BPA-free container. This non-traditional filter is up to the task. Our taste testers determined that this water tasted basic and plain with no aftertaste, an opinion that will please those among us who prefer flavorless water. If you want a water pitcher filter that's all about efficiency in terms of its water filtration rate, fridge shelf footprint, and eco-friendliness, look no further than the Hydros 64-ounce pitcher. The number 5 position is held by Clearly Filtered Water Pitcher with Affinity Filtration Technology. The clearly filtered pitcher has a much more extensive list of contaminants that it removes or reduces. One particular class of contaminants is important to emphasize. Volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, are compounds that vaporize in air and dissolve in water. VOC include compounds like gasoline, glue, bleach, dyes, and more, making the clearly filtered pitcher perfect for those who have serious concerns about the quality of their tap water. The clearly filtered water got positive feedback in our taste test, smooth and pure, had no weird aftertaste, but more people preferred the water from the Brita and Per water pitcher filters. The clearly filtered pitcher has a really sleek, eye-catching design that is all clean lines and simplicity. It's easy to access the reservoir, and the spout cover is effective without getting in the way of pouring the water. The only downside is that the thick handle and large filter can make the pitcher feel very top-heavy, especially when the reservoir is full, so this might not be the best pitcher for those with limited hand strength. We also noticed some leakage of the water around the edges of the filter. Despite having the filter screwed in according to the directions, not all of the water in the pitcher may have been filtered. The number 6 position is dominated by Clear 12 Advanced Water Filtration Pitcher. The Clear 12 Advanced pitcher got good reviews in our taste test, with comments like, "But while the water may not have a distinctive taste, the Advanced pitcher is a complete departure from the other pitchers on this list. Rather than filling the pitcher's reservoir and letting the water drip through the filter, the Advanced pitcher has a plumbing hookup that allows you to pump water from the sink through the pitcher's small hose, through the pitcher's filter, and into the pitcher, allowing for near instantaneous filtration. The pitcher is also slightly smaller than the other pitchers on this list. Its capacity is more in the range of 8 to 9 cups, but its smaller size makes it easier to handle, and the fact that it really doesn't have a reservoir means that it doesn't ever feel top-heavy or awkward to hold. It also has a filter indicator with a red/green readout that makes it easy to see when the filter should be replaced. However, the plumbing attachment requires quite a bit of extra hand dexterity and strength. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Zero Water 10-cup water filter pitcher. The Zero Water pitcher has a completely different aim than that of the other water pitcher filters. The Zero Water pitcher claims to bring the total dissolved solids content of your tap water down to nearly zero. While that will certainly make your water pure, almost all tap water and regular filtered water contain some amount of dissolved solids. To completely remove those minerals can cause a noticeable change in the flavor of the water. During the taste test, some tasters found the water to be smooth and punchy and neutral, while others found it to have an unpleasant taste. The pitcher itself is large and sturdy, has a spigot at the base of the pitcher for water dispensing, and comes with a TDS meter included so that you can take TDS readings whenever you like. However, the pitcher is taller than most of the others we tested, so be sure that your fridge shelves are tall enough to fit it. Also, the filter itself is pretty heavy, so even when the pitcher completely empty, it can be tough to handle for those with limited upper body strength. Never mind when it's full. The number 8 position is held by Clear 12 Gravity Filter Water Pitcher. While Clear 12 is better known for its advanced pitcher, which uses a special plumbing attachment to force sink water through the pitcher's filter in mere seconds, the Clear 12 Gravity Pitcher is just a normal water pitcher filter that lets the water work its way through the filter in its own time. The Clear 12 Gravity Pitcher did well in our taste test. Volunteers thought that the water tasted neutral, smooth, and clean, but others thought that it had a noticeable flavor, for good or ill. This pitcher is smaller than most of the others on this list. It's easy to lift and move around, even when it's full. It has a flip top for access to the reservoir, a spout cover, and a filter status indicator. However, when people used it in their homes, this pitcher came up short in a lot of ways. While our testers appreciated the spout cover, the spout's broad shape makes water come out in an unexpected wave, and it was easy to spill the water while trying to pour it out into a glass. Next at number 9 we have Lifestraw Home Activated Carbon Water Filter. Lifestraw is a brand known for producing the Lifestraw, a revolutionary product when it was first created that allowed the user to safely drink from any water source. Now, that same type of filtration has made its way into a water filter pitcher in the form of the Lifestraw Home. It's available in both plastic and glass versions, with the plastic pitcher costing quite a bit less. One of the reasons that this filter pitcher is our favorite for well water is because of all the contaminants it removes. The filtration from this pitcher is really superior, removing all sorts of harmful and unwanted things like pesticides, bacteria, heavy metals, parasites, and much more. However, the essential minerals remain in the water, leaving you healthy, safe, and delicious drinking water. This pitcher is the perfect size to fit in most fridge doors. It's got a 7-cup capacity, though it takes 3 refills to get that much water. The filter inside is good for up to 264 gallons, though the activated carbon and ion exchange filter will have to be replaced after just 40 gallons. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Nakia water filter pitcher. Water filter pitchers are an affordable solution to provide you with clean drinking water from your well, but even some of these pitchers can be pretty pricey. If the high cost of a premium pitcher filter is turning you off, then you might try something that's priced very affordably, such as the Nakia water filter pitcher. It's our budget buy pick because it's a great performer that's priced considerably lower than much of the competition. Don't let the low price fool you. This is still a great filter pitcher. The filter has a lifespan of 150 gallons. During that time, it will remove all sorts of contaminants from your well water, including mercury, rust, lead, and fluoride. Unfortunately, it doesn't remove bacteria or pesticides, so you might want to get your water tested for dangerous bacteria before relying on this pitcher. If you're not the patient type, then many of the slow filtering pitchers on this list could be a frustration for you. Luckily, the Nakia pitcher filters 1.3 liters of water in a single minute, completely BPA-free. This pitcher is safe and won't add any chemicals to your freshly filtered water, making it a great choice on a tight budget. That's all for today. We upload house product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.